Hello, Viper Keelay here, and today I'm going to be talking about Battlefield 4. Now, beta was out for quite a while. I got to play quite a few hours of the beta, and I got quite a bit of footage, but unfortunately, for some reason, all of the sniper footage that I recorded, which was pretty amazing if I don't say so myself, is just mysteriously not on my hard drive. Like, I swear I had a few hours of just recon on there. Well, I have many hours of recon on here, because I played almost exclusively recon during the beta, but with actual sniper rifles. I had quite a bit of footage. The boats. Oh my. Oh my. Let's just take out a helicopter with the minigun mounted on the side of a boat. Now, here I'm playing with Rainmaker, who's not exactly the best shot in vehicles, and neither am I. I missed quite a few of those, but I managed to take it out. I think he actually, no, I think he gets, because I get the squad vehicle assist, so I presume he actually got the kill, but neither of us are very good shots when it comes to vehicles and the like, so like we're just completely missing over here. But it was great to kind of get this team play going with this boat. Like here he drops me off, I jump out and I go and I run up and take the flag. I didn't really need to, we could have just taken it from here, but I knew there were some guys in the flag and I'd be able to take them out better, you know, with a gun. Yeah, so the boats were cool, the vehicles were pretty great. I didn't like the ammo system in the tanks and the helicopters. It really bugged me. I mean, I've been playing quite a bit of attack helicopter in Battlefield 3 over the past while. I'm trying to get a hang of it, and then it's just completely different coming into Battlefield 4, because it's like I can't just spam reload. I don't just fall back behind a building and presume I'm going to have full ammo again. Now, there are a lot of things I want to talk about in terms of tanks and vehicles and competitive gaming and all that goodness, but as you can see, I am not a very good tanker. Like all these infantry guys, I'm in an anti-infantry vehicle and I don't get nearly as many kills as I should. In fact, Rainmaker cleans up most of these guys instead of me, which is kind of depressing. But anyway, so yeah, the tanks were actually pretty powerful, especially against infantry. I was having a little bit of trouble in tank v tank, just because I'm used to just being able to spam. I'm also confused by the way this map works, but I'm trying to go under objects here and it just doesn't work. But anyways, so like when I was trying to get a tank in an actual tank, not in this IFV or whatever, I was having a really hard time with it. I mean, I would just peek around corners like you're supposed to in tanks. I'd peek and then I'd try to go for a shot, but the problem was I just wouldn't have enough ammo, and I just run out of ammo, and if the other person was just a little bit more accurate with the tank than I was, they would just dunk me, and that's kind of what was happening. And then there was little things like that was a little bit weird how they kept overlapping. But into the whole competitive side of things, so Recon is a much more powerful class now. I mean, we have our Pokeballs and of course the carbines, which are so sexy. My favorite weapons in the game are all the carbines. Love the AK-5C, love the acw-r, and you know, from at least from the game, the guns in the beta, I feel like if those were the only guns in the game, the acw-r would be the gun that everyone would use. I mean, the AK-5C, a little easier to aim, you know, whatever, but the acw-r just kills so fast. I had a little bit of trouble getting my mouse sensitivities to match up, so that's why my accuracy is just horrible. Like, they're like, oh god, what am I doing? And for some reason, when I was bursting, I was having some odd stuff going on. But I think the new foregrippy thingy will definitely help with that, in terms of just making it a lot easier to burst well, because with the angled foregrip, I believe, actually increases, or no, decreases the recoil of your initial shot, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I might have changed it, or I may just have read that completely incorrectly, but that's how I remember it, which, you know, seems to me like it's perfect for people who tend to tap fire their weapons a lot. The pistols, oh my god, just -4 recoil. It's like I'm just spamming it. I'm not even pulling down at all, and the gun's not drifting upwards. So yeah, there's that. Pistols. I love the attachments on pistols. Really cool. A lot of people got all these awesome camos for their soldiers and their guns and stuff from the battle packs. I got to level 10. I got one camo, and it only worked on the transport chopper. So I'm a little confused here because I didn't get any camos, and I was very upset about that. I also got like no good attachments. Like all the attachments I got were for guns that I don't use, which is part of what I'm a little bit bothered by when it comes to the battle pack system. They did say that they were gonna like sort of fix it, I guess was what they said, by making it so that like you can still unlock all the attachments for weapon just by using the weapon a lot. You'll get like weapon attachment things. So I don't know. I feel like getting battle pack specific for each weapon will work. It'll kind of balance it out. But right now I'm like super irritated when I get like the sight I want. I want the Coyote sight super bad from acw-r, but I get it for like some LMG that I'm never going to use ever. C4 is awesome for recon. Basically, I played nothing but recon because I kind of wanted to get used to it because I know I'm getting more and more into the competitive scene and playing competitive Battlefield. And I know in that scene specifically, it's like Assault was the only class to go with because it was just you could just res train all day. But the fact that you're gonna have limited revives makes it seem to me like I think Recon's gonna be the competitive class to go with because you have those Pokeballs and you have the C4, which is like, I mean, I just spam those Pokeballs. If you don't have a Pokeball down, you're doing something wrong. But that was just great. There was a lot of confusion about the beta. A lot of people were very confused about what was going on, which kind of irked me a little bit. Just because I was like, people were complaining like, oh, the frame rate's horrible. But I'm like, there was that one of those updates that they did. I got like 30 frames a second more than I was getting before, and I was seeing like no difference between like ultra settings with a little bit of tweaks because I don't want motion blur or anything, and lowest settings. Like I was seeing very little difference, similar to Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3, I got very little difference between the two. So yeah, people were complaining, and I kept pointing out, this is the E3 build, guys. They had to submit this like ages ago. So this is not at all the build that you will be playing. This is not a good like way to see how it's going to perform on the computer that you're running. Though it ran fine for me, even though I'm probably going to get either. I'm kind of weighing the pros and cons of getting either another 7950 and running Crossfire, or maybe getting a 290X, but they run really hot, and I'm a little bit worried about melting my computer. This actually did that. I fried my motherboard and my processor on my old computer, so I really don't want to repeat of that. And then there's this evolution stuff, like these little barriers that come down, like little things like these. Like I kill this little clip that it's just hilarious because it's like I kill these guys because they just don't know how to deal with the barriers. Like they try to shoot through them, they're like, wait, I don't understand. And so it's like one of those things where it's like, because I'm a little bit more experienced of a player, I managed to do better. But that's all I have for today. So until next time, toodles.